Hello everybody, Simplicity here, talking about balance. This is the whole point of this video. I'm gonna be talking about balance. I set up a battle between a demon and a necromancer here. It's a skull, as you can see, difficulty high. It's a skull, I'm supposed to die on her. I set it up as in I played a hot seat game with myself. So I had the demons on one side. This is him. He's Tears. I decided to do Tears for some reason. So he's Tears. He's got this, and that's pretty much it. He's got this. He's not going to use it though. As far as creatures go, he's got elites in the 40s, about 15 of those, and yeah, hundreds of those. Well, around 150 for both of those, and then 120 for the dogs, which is normal. By the way, I only lost one single doggy in one battle during the whole map. The map was on normal difficulty, so the creep is of that difficulty. But yeah, I only lost one, and that was in a battle where I kind of let 20 jaguars run into me. Also lost like one of those and like 4 of those. So yeah, I kept the doggy losses to a minimum. I am pretty proud of that. So this is him. Stats wise, I took the whole leadership, and luck, you'll see why. I have a plan. You're gonna tell yourself, why illumination? That's cause it's his specialization. I did not want him to have an advantage with his specialization, so I left it in something that didn't really give him an advantage. He's level 19, as you can see. Logistics, because I like to go fast. Nothing here. Reinforcements up to level 2, not level 3. Maybe I should have. I didn't. Oh well. Level 2 of tactics, because that is very important actually. Heroism, because it's really useful. I went for a taunt because I thought it would be useful. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the undead, so in this particular case, it does me no good. However, with the strategy I invented. I don't know if somebody else thought of it before, but I thought of it myself because I didn't read the Inferno strategy thread on Heroes Community. By the way, I'm going to be posting this on Heroes Community. I mean, I'm going to post the video on YouTube, but I'm going to link it to the Heroes Community because this is directly going into the discussion, the whole discussion that's happening there. I got involved over the weekend in the whole balance discussion, etc. And this is kind of why I'm doing a video, trying to make a point, really, make my point, talk about what I think of the game, and stuff like that. And well, talking about the balance specifically, nothing in there. What is this? Warfare. I don't care about warfare. Nothing in air, nor fire. I got regen level 1 because maybe I should have done that. I don't know. I don't care. I got this. And speed, very important, and that because he's might, he doesn't have a whole lot of mana, so I gave him some mana. And that's pretty much it for this guy. Let's show the undead before we begin the battle. So I made Zenda. Zenda is a hero. I went and checked what her specialty was to give her. Oh, by the way, she's blood. She has her lightnings and stuff do 23% more damage. Because she's blood. Yeah, she's good. So logistics only. She's not specialized in enlightenment, so she doesn't have that, contrary to my demon. She has both levels of reinforcements because reinforcements is just good. Only one level of tactics because I like placing my my creatures what I want. Rush, because that's useful for creeping when you're fighting like archers. To get across, this is the better haste if you just want to get across, because it increases movement by 50%. The worst it's gonna do is 2, which is the best haste it's gonna do. On other faster creatures it's gonna do even more, so you know, this is the better haste, and it costs no mana. Nothing here, obviously. Yeah, okay, so I had no idea what to give him actually, because I'm gonna give this to the AI. I'm gonna give the hero with his army to the AI, so had no idea what to give him. I gave him some random stuff, meditation, mana, and power, why not? Gave him a whole lot of dark magic though, like despair, because I thought the computer liked despair. Plus, I thought could be pretty good against me. I'm not sure. Agony, because of his Zenda's specialty is magic effectiveness by 6%. So, well, dark magic. That's kind of why I just took a whole lot of dark magic stuff. Got the ice bolt. It's useful for creeping. The regen, of course, because it's just powerful, and lightning, chain lightning to just obliterate your enemy. So yeah, she's got a balance of healing, and power, and other. That's kind of what she has, with reinforcements, of course. Troops-wise, one more champion, way more of all elites, like 20 more. The demon elites are like in the 40s, these are in the 60s. As far as cores go, slight advantage to the undead again. Like, Archer for Archer, you get more, but they're not as good. Infantry for Infantry, Demented, not the doggies. But Ghouls versus Demented, I got more Demented, but the Ghouls are better, to be honest. They're better units, I'm pretty sure. And then the Spectres, the specialty, quote-unquote specialty units versus the specialty units, the doggies, there's more Spectres. And the specialty is more powerful too. So, yeah, that's the army. She's got powerful items. That won't help her, I can't cast that. She's got magic defense and health to friendly creatures. Wow. Okay, so I tried this battle once. I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, she had that, she also had that. Kind of balancing. I'm doing a bit of self-balance. See how many vampires I took out? She had like 86 freaking vampires. That is way too much. And I took down some liches, some lamassus too. The undead had way too much elites to make this even interesting. I am gonna say though, both of those armies were, yeah, see, threat is not as high, it's severe. And it's not a skull, it's just 3 red swords. But yeah, both of those armies were recruited in the same amount of time, which was 4 weeks of 2 months, I believe. Yeah, because then I had to come here, you know. So yeah, recruiting both of those armies took the same amount of time. So the demon armies definitely don't get as much troops, and personally I don't think they're as good quality as the undead. So without further showing everything that I did, let's get into the battle. Oh, laggy a bit, that's fine. Yes, okay. I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to rush. This is my strategy, a demon dogpile on the other side. This is, I think, how the demons should be played. So I put this here. You know, those, the lacerators, are they called? Tormentors or lacerators? I never know, that's fine. The doggies and the spike balls. They're the main damage dealers. They deal the most damage. Them because they do pretty good damage and it's AoE, and them because they do pretty good damage and it's AoE half the time. So yeah, you put them around the big Juggernauts, Ravagers, when they're upgraded, and they draw all the attacks. Most of the attacks that should go to them are gonna go to them, except when you're fighting the undead like now, because the undead are immune to the Ravager town, so it doesn't quite work, but that's a theory. And then on the bottom, you kind of get the bulky, not as damaging units like the Pit Lords and the Demented. So yeah, I'm gonna haste and just cross on the other side and do as much damage as I can, hoping to defeat it. On this side, I would like to do auto place, but I'd have to remove everything and then click auto place, and then it would be really buggy for this one battle, and then the next battle it would be auto placed. That's kind of what I gathered, so I'm just gonna do it I'm just gonna give them the formation they had the one time I managed to auto place it correctly. So that was like this, which you'll note is gonna give me a heck of an advantage because the Pit Lords can directly tie up both of those. What can I say? The first time I tried this, it happened that way. So I'm just gonna keep it to, you know, have the same formation against the same formation, and, you know, for science, you need to control the variables. So I'm still kind of laggy. So yeah, haste everything, and then dogpile on the enemy. First the Juggernauts. They're getting lucky, that's fine. I tried this strategy before. Whoa. Oh, and you get to go again. That's wonderful. Attack the Ravenous Ghouls. More luck. Yes. This is why I got. By the way, this is why I got luck and leadership all the way, because you want to go up in their face and get some more luck and more turns to just pound some more, and you just want to just bury them under. I don't want to do that just yet. You just want to bury them under. Under demons and demons and demons. I'm gonna try to get it to gating 3 to get the pit lords out on the first turn. Yeah, gating is pretty important too. Okay, get the liches down. It's kind of important. It's always important to get the liches down. Whose turn is it? Oh, vampires. Yeah. So AI have some fun. She always does that. I don't know why. Well, okay, I do know why, because drain life is good. And he got a lucky strike. I don't like that. This strategy, I feel like, kind of maybe a little bit relies on luck. You know what? If I can get gating 4, I'm gonna do pit lords and gating 4. It kind of relies on luck. I did this once. I actually won this battle with him having an advantage. That high of an advantage in terms of numbers of creatures, I still won. So it's a pretty good strategy. Then again, I had some advantages. First off, his formation is terrible. It just plain is terrible. And they get to go twice. Yeah, by the way, leadership, it not only allows you to attack twice, it gives twice as many chances of getting a lucky strike. Hey, that's why it's good. And then luck, you know, translates into more gaining. So I actually won this battle once. I don't know if I'm gonna win again, because I felt lucky. For starters, I felt lucky. And then I had to tone his army down a little bit. And then he had a really shitty formation that allowed me to tie up both of those archers. So it's still, even if I manage to beat the undead right now in this battle, they still need some balancing. This is all I'm trying to say right now. Me beating. Oh no, I wanted a gate. No, I did a mistake. Oh yes, thank you. Because then I'm gonna be able to gate on the next turn too, you know. And I'm getting you there actually to spike these guys. All right, what do? Yeah, okay, you just pile up some more damage, some more luck, some more everything with heroism. Up. Maybe I should talk to about the strategy I'm using and why I like it and stuff. I don't know. Last time they could get there, I guess I didn't place them right. Whoops, whatever. I guess they're gonna be attacking Fate Weavers. I guess. Yeah, so after this point it starts to get a little rough. Usually if they had the full army, they'd destroy me. They'd get back on their feet and they'd totally destroy me. As they are now, I think I have enough to defeat them. Not quite certain, but I think I do. What do I want to say? Yeah, I'm gonna throw ideas out there for balance after the battle. How about it? Let's just wait and see how this battle works, because I'm eager to see if I can actually pull this off on camera instead of just by myself with no one watching. Liches are very down, but my pit lords are getting down. I need to get them out of there. They need to survive and have this stack survive way longer and do a lot of damage. That's kind of what happened last time. I barely got them out of there with like one wounded pit lord left, and that was awesome, by the way. Pew! That did a lot of damage. See, these and these are damage dealers because they do AoE and they do a pretty decent amount of damage. So they don't need that much balancing. I wouldn't give them like... I'm gonna talk about my balancing ideas some other time. How about it? Right now, I think I don't know what I want to attack. How did I do this last time? I don't remember, but I do have a definite advantage. I think I need to take these down. They're annoying me. The ghosts are gonna heal those, by the way, if I remember correctly how this happened. Oh, yeah, see? They totally healed it. And now I'm gonna start focusing them down because they're annoying me a whole lot. And they have magic attack. Oh, yeah. Gonna get the doggies down, mostly. So, well, that's fine, actually. Oh, you know what? I didn't do heroism last time. I did regeneration on the pit lords. That's what I did. And I forgot to do this. God damn it. Okay, I'm not doing quite as well as I did last time, to be honest. I don't like that. Because I kind of need everything I got. Skeletons are not... are not tied up right now. I need to do that. Okay, hold on. Regeneration on the pit lords, I need them to survive. I really do like one more turn. It's not gonna happen, I think. Which is a bad thing. What do you do? Either attack the Fate Weavers or the Putrid Lamassus, and then have everyone focus on the Putrid Lamassus. No. You know what? Lamassus. Fate Weavers are gonna wait. They got two less attack. That's fine. They're fine right now. They got leadership. That's fine. Okay, they got lucky. Okay, more gating for me. That's fine. I'm not getting that lucky. Oh jeez, I'm not handling this the best way. I may lose this. That's fine. I took a screenshot of me winning this. So I'll be fine. I can still show you that I can do this. They're not that far off from winning, you know. You need to kind of help them to make them win, but they can win. That's my point. Oh, I could totally destroy the liches right there. Do I do that, or do I just kill this, or what do I do? Because they got leadership too, so I can just come back and kill something. I don't know. I'm gonna attack the liches. Okay, liches are definitely down. And then what? Skeletons, ghouls. I feel like skeletons just because I don't want to eat a counter attack that's too strong. So I'm gonna go for skeletons in position to spike those. That'll be cool. These are these. I'm feeling Lamassus. Please get a lucky strike. Yeah, because the Demented, I noticed, are actually really useful. Because they take counterattacks pretty well. They don't die very easily to counterattacks. So you still keep a pretty good amount even if you took some counterattacks with them. And if they survive for long enough, they end up doing quite a bit of damage with all that they've stolen in terms of attack. And yeah, I'm kind of losing right now. Damn it. But yeah, these are almost useful, you know. And I totally lost this because I didn't handle it properly. I did some mistakes. Getting 3, it's not gonna help me anymore. Oh god damn it. I'm still gonna like gate these or something. Do I explode or do I just attack something? At least there's no more like liches. I'm gonna explode on the ghosts because the ghosts are pretty powerful. The Fate Weavers are there's too many of them for this point in time. I really need those, so I'm gonna reinforce them. And yeah, I pretty much lost this. But I could have won this. That's the point. I already won this once. I could show you the screenshot at the end, but I already won this battle in these conditions. So the demons could win with the rush tactic. They just need to be better at it or something. This is really tempting because an explosion there wouldn't hurt so much, but I don't know. I haven't lost yet, but pretty much have too. Okay, you know what? Wait. And have you eat a counterattack and eat some damage out of them too. Vampires take a while to take down, but they don't do that much damage. And if the Demented steal some damage from them, it's gonna take even... they're gonna do even less damage, you know? I need to really do something good here if I want to take these out. Oh, they're going after Demented to stop this from happening. Oh geez, it's about to be stopped too. Get over here, and then next turn explode in their face. That explosion should do very good amounts of damage. Oh yeah, they stayed there. That's fine. That's perfect. These are gonna play though. This is bad. This is very bad. Mass heroism. I don't know why. I just do it, okay? At this point I'm expecting to lose, so really there's no point in over-strategizing. Maybe I should talk about what oh, you know what? I know what I'm gonna talk about it. Shoot the Fate Weavers. They're gonna shoot. Oh no, they're gonna wait. That's fine. Okay, explode in their face. Yes! That does a lot. So much damage. Pluck, pluck, pluck. And... yeah. These are the problem now. I'm not gonna be able to take those, the Fate Weavers down. I don't think I will be, at the very least. So you have gating 3. Which one? Lilium's, sure, all the way in the corner, because there's nobody in the corner. I guess. There's not that many Lemeses left. It's not like they're gonna hurt me or anything. These are gonna hurt though. Oh my god. I'm back to normal. Yes, you do that, obviously. I can shoot some stuff. These, or these. They're all very tempting. Tempting targets. Can I not use that yet? I will be. Okay. So heroism them, and then hope they last long enough to regenerate them too. You know what? You need to tie them down, because they do a whole lot of damage. That's fine. That's fine too. Okay, they wait. Yeah, right there, that's fine. Take the vampires down. There you go. And then some more. Or attack those. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Oh, they're both a good idea. But Fate Weavers are more dangerous. Bam! You can explode, so you just do that. Boom. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. They're not letting go of me. Why is this going down? Yeah, that's a problem. They're going down. This is going down. This is not good. Okay, please die of the counterattack. Of course not. That is never gonna happen. Oh, the ghosts are a problem. The ghosts are definitely a problem. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this, but it's close. That's the thing. It's pretty darn close. That's why I believe in demons. They could become good. They're not, but they could become good. Okay, explode. Really? Just explode. Can you kill those? Okay, please get lucky and kill them. I would love that. No. No, that's not getting lucky and killing them. Okay, gating 2. You know what? let's put you on the field somewhere. They're gonna die, that's fine. Okay, so the 102 here are gonna be able to shoot the ghosts. They will be. Or should I shoot something? I don't know. Let's shoot the ghosts. Because the ghosts are plentiful. Yeah, so maybe I should talk about balance. So, yeah, balance. Somebody just got a mod out about balance, which basically equalized everything. It reduced the faction-specific healing. So, for instance, necromancy, the ghost whale, and probably the lich healing. It yeah, that's I don't know what to do with you. It am I gonna say this someday? Yeah, it reduced faction each faction's specific healing, like I said, necromancy, whale, etc. But it this died. But it boosted the healing that everybody can have, so that well, I don't know why. I guess, well, it's to equalize. Yes, it's to equalize everything. It's hard to focus both on the battle and on what I'm saying. I should stop the battle and just talk about what I'm saying. But yeah, they want to equalize everything. They just he just put more health to every demon, like to equalize. Again, this idea of just equalizing, everything's the same everywhere. And hey, look at that, 723 that are gonna explode right there. That's gonna be awesome. Boom. Oh, maybe I should like, oh, can I not do that? Okay, so just heroism on, I don't know, these. And do some more damage, I don't know where. Here, sure, why not? Oh god. Yes, and this. So yeah, he equalized everything. He just made. He tried to give the no retaliation to the dogs, which would have been a better idea, I think, but he couldn't do it because it wouldn't stick. That's a problem with that relates to the coding a lot more than anything else. But if we could ever find a way to actually do it, it would be a better way. And stuff like that. So everything looks pretty much the same in terms of I mean, it feels like the way he does it, yes, it probably balances the game out, but every faction kind of loses their identity in a way, if you see what I mean. And it's kind of why I don't like it, really. Freaking, I'm gonna take you down. Freaking things. What I would do is actually amplify the personalities of each, but find a way to make it balanced. I don't know how to say this better, but yes, I do actually. For undead, for instance, their big strength is healing, and having a few key units that are really powerful. Ghosts, liches, and champions to a certain degree. What I say is, if you want to balance them out, right now they're too powerful. If you want to balance them out, don't just weaken their strengths to make everything kind of the same and powerful, same level of power. You just weaken everything else so that they have their strength, but that's pretty much everything they have. That's essentially what the undead have been for a long time, if you think about it, like in terms of creature-wise. You know what? I'm spawning some more of those. And I'm regenerating them again. I want them to stay alive. I need to kill the ghost though. But yeah, what am I trying to say? Yes, okay, so you weaken everything. If you look back at what the undead were historically, you have, in Heroes 3, you have skeletons which are weak. They're overpowered because of necromancy, which is an overpowered skill, but they're weak, really. The skeletons by themselves are weak. You need to have a mountain of them to just do anything useful. If you don't, you kind of just don't do anything. They kind of just don't do anything. The zombies were weak. The specters were weak. The vampires were good. The liches were the only archers that were pretty good as far as archers went. In fact, they were one of the best. But they had a giant target painted on their head. They still do in this game. They did in the last game. They still do in this game too. That's just how things roll. And I'm totally gonna win this. Oh man. Bam. And then explode. And you just kill stuff. Because that's what you do. No, you don't actually. There's just way too many of them. Yeah, so the undead were bad. They had relatively bad creatures, and they didn't do too well because of it. Well, they needed a whole ton of skeletons to do good. Dread Knights were one of the best creatures of their tier, and then Bone Dragons were pretty weak. And I can't believe I'm actually winning. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Hey, you know what? Kill some more, will ya? Okay. So what I say is, they should go back to that. It was the same in Heroes 5. They had ghosts, which were pretty good, more decent, kind of. And then liches, which were good, and then vampires, which were good, and then the rest was kind of either meh or really bad. And that's how the undead went. And I actually won this. Wow. I can't believe I actually won that. I played that poorly at some point, and it went to hell. if I may speak so about demons, it went to hell, but then I won anyways. Wow. So yeah, what I say is, right now, I mean, I won, but I gave myself some advantages. Like, the formation was terrible on their side. It was the AI. If it was a human knowing that demons are gonna dogpile on them, they would have made a strategy to defend against that, which they didn't, really. And I had to cut down their units too. So that's all advantages that made this work, and just barely I had 35 units left. 31 plus 4. 35 units left only. Just barely eked that one out. So really, my point with all this, they still need to be balanced, but it's not nearly as bad as y'all say it is. So yeah, for the undead, what I say is, weaken everything else. They're gonna have 3 good units, really good units. The ghosts, which have a powerful heal, and they do magic damage, kind of a lot, but they're kind of weak to the retaliation too. Liches, which are just so powerful, you have to stop them from shooting or something, because they just murder you. Then champions, which are pretty good, especially when they're shooting something that the liches have shot. Those 3 are pretty good. And then the rest should, like, not buff, but tone down to give them a weakness, really. That's the weakness you give them. They like have 3 good units, and the rest is just not very good. So what I would say is reduce the damage output of the vampires. It's already not very high. Just make it lower still. Lamasu's in his mod, he gives them like 10 more HP. I would give them less resistance. Less resistance and boost the buffs to make them actually debuff their debuff for something, because I'd like never noticed that they're debuffing anything. What I'd like them to be is like very killable, kind of like the Cerberite. They feel like they die a little too fast, but as you saw, you can keep them alive if you really focus on it. But really, what I'd like the Lamassu to be is a giant debuff that just moves around and debuffs and vomits more debuffs and debuffs everywhere, and then rue they're dead. Because you piss everyone off with your freaking debuffs, and the debuffs would have to, you know, be something noticeable, which it's not right now. But yeah, that's what I would see in Lamassu. Is very killable, but debuffing everything, so you kind of want to kill them. They're gonna die pretty fast though, they need to. And then ghouls, I would leave pretty much the same. Same with liches, they're really powerful, they should be, I think, to stay a key unit. The skeletons, I wouldn't touch either because they really don't do that much. I mean, I had them not even tied up. I didn't even bother to tie them up for a while. They just did nothing. Nothing of interest. They were shooting point blank the spike balls, and they did like 1 or 2 kills max. They're ridiculous. Just leave them as they are. They're fine. They're already meh. And yeah, as for the ghost, I already proposed this. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit again. Their heal, I would rather their heal not do base healing. Like it does base healing, pretty low base healing, but yeah, it does base healing, and then it drains life, and that's pretty much how it really becomes effective. I'd say remove the base healing, and improve the draining it does by 2/3 of the base, what the base healing was. What that makes it so is, if first off it relies solely upon draining life from the enemy, which is kind of cool concept for undead. I mean, they're wailing on somebody and suddenly they're more healthy. That's kind of unlogical, but them just draining life on every living thing around them to just give it to that one creature, that's cool. So yeah, first off, it forces them to just really drains from everything around, and if it drains from only one creature, it does a bit less, because it drains the same plus 2/3 of the base. Like, you remove the base, but you add 2/3 of the base to the draining. If you drain from only one creature, you do a bit less healing. But then, if you drain from 2 or more creatures, it does a bit more. And the damage increases, and the healing increases, as much as as there are more targets being hit by the drain. So it's kind of a buff, actually, but necromancy needs to be toned down, because that's actually one thing. The strengths of the undead in terms of creatures are very much targetable and very much killable. Both the ghost and the lich are very killable. Necromancy you can't exactly target and weaken by any means whatsoever. What I would do is make it so necromancy only gets a boost when your creatures are eating damage and getting killed. Because otherwise, if you think about it, if it's that, then it only mitigates the damage. It cannot like fully heal it ever, because you take damage on like 3 targets, and then you get your necromancy, and you can use it to like heal 1 back to full. That's essentially how it would work. If you can fill it by killing the enemy creatures, you're just making it better and better and better. It's actually a debuff to do that, and the only way to fill it with killing enemy creatures is if it has the debuff from the normal attack of your hero. You know, they kind of debuff, and it boosts the necromancy gauge. Well, that would be the only way that you get necromancy gauge to fill on killing enemy creatures. I think that would be a good debuff. Maybe reduce a little bit how much they heal. I don't know exactly. Like, I haven't given that many numbers because it would take a whole lot of testing to know what would actually balance all this out. But I think that would be pretty cool, and it would keep their identity intact of having this very powerful strength, but the rest being completely shitty or almost shitty. And you know, that I think would be the best necro you could do with Hero 6. And I could talk about the other factions too. I kind of intend to do that. I had the demons right here. I just gave them the identity of just bomb rushing the enemy and dogpiling on them. And I kind of like that for the demons, because you have this whole bunch of melee units that are just gonna charge forward and bomb rush and just dogpile on everything, and then you got a lot of lucky strike, you got double attacks, so you got 2 more lucky strikes, and you have a lot of gating available, and you just keep on piling, and creatures upon creature upon creature upon lucky strike and upon lead morale attacks. You just pile everything on it on like the first couple turns, and then you hope that you did enough damage to actually pull it off. I kind of did. I mishandled it a little bit, but I pulled it through. I think this should be pretty much the Inferno identity, the whole rush thing, just dogpile, demon dogpile, and for that they need a bit of buffing though. For that to actually work properly, I'd say first off, the Ravagers are not doing their job properly. I mean, if the taunt actually worked against every other faction, it's gonna work. It wasn't working right now because they're freaking undead, they're immune to taunts, but against everything else it's gonna work. The problem is the Ravagers don't actually take hits that well, and you don't have a lot of them because, one, they cost a lot to build and to recruit, and you don't get a lot of them at all. You get like 4 per week plus whatever bonuses you have. You don't get a lot, so you need to mod it either one of 2 ways. Either you make them more accessible slash get more of them, like they cost less and you get a little bit more. Either you make them better at what they do, which is taking damage. Also, their charge attack is kind of useless. Kind of. The taunt is really what makes them useful, but whatever. Again, I don't really care. I would like invert them and have the Juggernauts, even the unupgraded version, have the taunt, and then give them something else. Maybe something that gives them a good defensive boost, better defensive boost when they defend. So you know you kind of have this incentive to just not move, place them perfectly, then not move them, so that they just do that, eat damage. But maybe that would be overpowered. I don't really know. Maybe mess around with that. I don't really know. I don't really care. The Demented are actually rather useful in that they take retaliations relatively well, surprisingly well, and they end up being capable of doing rather good damage, more damage than I would expect them to do a few turns in the battle, because they didn't die that much. Nobody's gonna focus fire on the freaking Demented because nobody expects them to do anything useful, so they just run around, take some pot shots, don't take that much damage. Like I said, they take damage surprisingly well, and then they build up this attack, and then they can do kind of significant damage, and they're kind of annoying to take down too. So that's kind of interesting. I like the Dementeds right now. I would give them a little bit more health though. That's all I do. A little bit more health to them, just to amplify this. They're kind of annoying to take down, but if you let them like alive alone too much, they kind of get a decent attack to do some damage and hurt you, and it's kind of annoying. I do that to the Demented. Succubi are fine right now. The dogs should be able to do their damage without having to worry about retaliation. The no retaliation thing. I would love, this is like the perfect world. They need that so bad. They need it. The Lacerators seem fine. I'm not sure what I'd change about them. Maybe give them a bit more health, but really if I wanted to give them anything, it's a bit more damage, just because that's their role. You just kind of amplify each unit's role instead of just making every unit kind of more middle-ish, which is what the mod did, by the way. It did that faction-wide, but whatever. And what else will I change? Oh, the big breather things. Oh yeah, the mod removed almost all the half-range thingies to make them full range. The only one that stayed was the mother, the breeders, which was kind of ridiculous, I thought. I would mod the half things, but to make them better, because the problem is half your movement, I believe. That's what it refers to. The range is half your movement, but the movement is rarely more than like half the map. So you're doing half the map, which is a quarter of the map, which is a ridiculously small range for full damage. It should be the full movement range, like you can shoot correctly as far as you can go, kind of a thing. That's what I do with them. So yeah, that's the only change that I would do to the breeder. The fact that demons have one kind of useless but kind of numerous creature is not displeasing. They shouldn't have like all great units. The breeder is kind of pointless in its little corner and doesn't do much of anything except from getting one unit to tie it up and and make that last for the whole freaking battle, because they don't die very easily. They do squat for damage, but they don't die. They freaking don't die. And their upgraded power goes with that. They auto reinforce themselves, which is pretty cool. And that would be Inferno for me. Then Identity for, say, Haven, which I do know as a faction. The other two I know less, but Haven I do. Haven, I'd say, I'd know this. The powers for the core units. Its 3 core units are very powerful. AoE damage with the archer. It's the only archer, but it does a very good amount of damage. And if you can get good shots, it does extreme. It can do extreme amount of damage. And then you have the Sentinels, the Praetorians, which have the damage on everything around them. That is so powerful. You get a lot of them too, so they can eat the damage kind of nicely. I'd maybe give them 1 or 2 more defense, but they can eat the damage and they reduce the damage on everything around them. This is so powerful. It blew my mind the first time I saw them. It's like, wow, you are powerful, you little thing. And they boost, and they're resistant to shots and everything. They're like really good. And then Vestals are also very good. Not only do they heal, and they are pretty good at healing, but they do a very good amount of damage. Like they do magic damage, which, you know, tends to do better than might defense. There's a lot of things to improve might defense. There's very little to improve magic defense. So they kind of the magic attacks tend to avoid a lot of the defense of enemy creatures. Glories are the only other things that do magic damage, but they don't do a lot of damage, period. Whether it be magic, might, they just don't do a lot of damage. Vestals do, though. A good large stack of Vestals are going to do a good amount of damage, and the pacification is an unreliable no retaliation. I say unreliable because it's affected by the enemy hero's defenses. So sometimes it won't actually activate and you're gonna eat the freaking counterattack. The rest of the time it just stops counterattacks. So they can do this good amount of damage without getting retaliated like the dogs do. So they feel kind of almost better, except that they don't do AoE damage. But they die about as easily as the dogs do anyways, so you know, they don't heal. They heal though, the dogs don't. It's kind of a trade-off, but really, you get my point. The core creatures for Havens are really powerful. The problem I feel is that so are the elites. The Cavaliers do a decent amount of damage. They run around like some hyperactive kid. They just run around everywhere, do stab people and do damage, and they have pretty good defense. Glories have powerful abilities. They are not powerful in and of themselves. They do very little damage, and they don't take damage a whole lot. But they just hit and run. They don't get retaliated. They can blind people. They dispel stuff. Their abilities is what makes them powerful. Yeah, the knights can run around like hyperactive kids and do all their damage, and they take damage relatively well. The griffins take damage relatively well. They always counterattack, which is a pain, especially when you have a creature that takes damage really well and then dishes it out pretty well too. The griffins do. And they have every 3 turns a super huge AoE thing. And then you have celestials, which are they're champions. They didn't seem extraordinary, but they didn't seem weak either. They're good champions. That's all I have to say about them. I think Haven is a bit too strong, and what I would do is make their elites a bit more ordinary, so that their identity is, yeah, good healing, but what is gonna make the difference for them when what is really going to make the difference for them on the battlefield is how well you can use the core abilities. The half all the damage around the Praetorians, get the good shots, and use the magic power of the Vestals properly. The elites should not be bad, but they should look kind of ordinary compared to other elites. Like, you should tone down the damage of the Griffins. The AoE damage is just insane. It needs to do less. It needs, like, I propose 2/3 of its normal damage per target. So if it hits only one target, well, it did less damage than it should have. If it hits 2 targets, it did a little bit more, like a third more, than its normal attack. And then if it hits 3 targets, you'll rarely get more than 3 targets. If you hit 3 targets, it did twice the damage it would have done with just a normal attack. And you reduced its normal attack a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. So they kind of take damage pretty well. They always retaliate. They don't do that much damage. It's not that much of a pain. And every 3 turns they try and AoE the hell out of you. It's kind of... They don't feel overpowered. They feel kind of ordinary. That's the point I'm trying to make here. They feel they're not bad, but they're kind of ordinary. The knights, I would reduce their their capacity to take damage a little bit, and reduce their damage, but increase their bonus, their jousting bonus, so that the maximum. I already proposed that, but so that the maximum damage they do is still kind of the same, but they have to use this jousting ability. They have to run around. They always have to run around to do anything worthwhile, because they won't take the counterattack very well. They have to move at least 1 square to not take the retaliation, because they don't take the retaliation very well. You just you just cut down a bit of their defensive power. They have to move, and if they want to do good damage, they have to move a lot. So really they have kind of a powerful ability, but they really depend on it to do anything useful. So kind of ordinary in that sense. Not bad, but kind of ordinary. And then glories already have pretty ordinary stats. You just have to tone down their abilities a little bit. There are ideas floating around to do that. I'd say keep make the losses permanent, maybe increase them, and make the dispelling tied up with the losing, make it activatable. Maybe not. Maybe a different ability that you activate that doesn't kill them when they use it, or just tie it up with the blinding, and they kill themselves if they want to do it. But really, it would make them kind of ordinary. And you know, they're not bad, but they're kind of ordinary, and what really is going to make the difference is the core creatures. I think that would be great, like, concept for Haven. The cores are where it's at. You need the elites. The elites are not bad. They're not the best, but they're not bad. They can do the job properly, and you get your edge from using the cores properly. Yeah, I would love. I think that Haven would be great. And then there's Stronghold and Sanctuary. I know a lot less than the other 3 factions. Sanctuary, as I get it, is they control the field a whole lot. They have so many things that take down your movement. The sharks take down your movement. They are quote-unquote specialists of water magic. Most of the water magic revolves around doing some damage or not, but mostly slowing you down, which is what they do. The core archers take down your initiative. The snow archers take down your movement. The dragons literally draw a line and says you do not cross this, otherwise you just totally lose your turn with your creature. And the upgraded version adds to that line, you don't cross this, and if my creatures cross this, they attack you twice. This is all about controlling all the field, slowing you down, and it's all about synergy as I understand it. if you look at Jolly Joker, he says they're the masters of synergy. I've played around a little bit with them. Not a whole lot, not enough to really say you should do this to balance them out. Because I don't know exactly how balanced they are. I kind of know how they work, but I don't know how balanced it is right now. Judging from the patch, they're pretty balanced, because he only nerfed the jump, and then that was it. So I guess they're balanced. And then there's Stronghold. Stronghold I have never played as. I know a little bit how they work from fighting them, and from the balance post, and from the patch notes, the community project notes. From what I gather, they are not very synergy, kind of like demons. Demons are anti-synergy. They're like all individual fighters. Their problem being that they're not that great of fighters. Orcs apparently are individual fighters a lot more, but they're a lot better at it. What you also gather from the patch notes is they have 3 shooters. When everything is upgraded, they have 3 shooters, but the shooting power is not powerful. What the balance, the community project balance patch did was improve their range damage. And I'm gonna say I don't quite agree with it. I think it's part of their identity. To focus on the melee, have range power, not a whole lot. I don't know if the Cyclops are full or half range. I hope that they are half range. I got an idea on how the orcs work. Just hear me out. They have 3 archers: Cyclopses, Centaurs, Goblins. They have 1 ranged melee, the Harpies. And then they have 3 melee units: the Maulers, the Dreamwalkers, whatever, Reavers, and the Jaguar Panther. I don't remember which one is the upgraded one, but you know, the big bulky orc thing that charges that guy. And Maulers do a very good amount of damage if you let them do it. I don't think they're that resistant. They're kind of resistant, but if you really focus on killing them, you're gonna kill them, you're gonna neutralize them. Harpies are gonna do free damage as long as you don't come after them. And they're gonna keep piling it up until it actually matters. Dreamwalkers are kind of annoying, rather resilient, rather decent damage, kind of like the ogres in Heroes 3, but fast. But you can deal with them if you really focus on it. And again, the Jaguar, probably the unit I know the less about, but they feel fine, alright, kind of powerful. So yeah, they have kind of a good mix of melee. And then you have ranged units. The Centaurs, as I get it, don't do enough damage to the taste of most people. The Goblins are half damage, so they don't do a whole lot in the opinion of most people. And then the Cyclops apparently don't do enough damage again. I think they're kind of fine. I think the theory is they're good melee units, very good melee units, but they can't quite charge because they're only gonna have 3 units in the enemy's face: the Maulers, the Dreamwalkers, and the Jaguars. The Harpies are gonna want to stay back, and then you have the Goblins and the Cyclops. I hope they're half damage. I would love them to be half damage. Make the Cyclops half damage, really. The Goblins and the Cyclops don't do their full damage. Only the Centaurs do, and they don't do the greatest damage. I think they're more about fighting in the middle of the map. If you make the half damage their full range of movement, it's gonna coincide about at the middle of the map. So you want to fight them about at this point where you have good range damage on them. The Goblins are going to do full damage. The Cyclops do full damage. At that point, you have the Harpies, which just do their damage, period. And then you have your 3 melee units that do a good amount of damage. they are rather powerful. And then if they want to push forward even more, the centaurs are kind of a pain to approach and attack and tie down. The cyclopses should do more damage melee than ranged, even with the full arrow. So I don't know if you can like switch to melee if you really want to. I hope not. That would be cool, because then you have a pretty decent ranged attacker if you're fighting them like in the middle of the battlefield. But if they manage to get to your side, centaurs are a pain for one, and second, the cyclopses all of a sudden become another really good melee unit that adds itself to the other really good melee units that you have in the middle of the field. So it's kind of cool like that. And just focus on having really good melee units with the cyclopses, etc. If they have to attack, like against undead, they kind of have to set it up, because they can't just rush, like I said. They have to set it up. I would probably say move the cyclopses in the middle, and then have them use their full range. I mean, they're half range, but if you put them in the middle of the map, they're pretty much going to have full range on the enemy, even if he stays on the other side. And if they come and tie it up, then you just get another pretty damn good melee unit to just throw at their face. Kind of set it up like that. Have the harpies on the other side too, kind of back a little bit, etc. Stuff like that. I think it could be cool. I think the identity should revolve around that, around having pretty good, probably the best elite set, I would say, in terms of quality, in terms of like power, raw stats, if you will. If you make a hierarchy of it, I'd say they should have the best elite set in terms of stats. The Sanctuary and Inferno kind of the same, I'm not exactly sure. Sanctuary probably a bit better than Inferno, just because Inferno has the useless freaking breeders. And then the Haven not too far behind, because their elite should not be bad, but it's kind of a bit ordinary, you know? And then Necropolis kind of last. They have one of the best elites ever with the liches, and then the rest is kind of weak, very weak. So you know, their set is not that great either, but you know, it's kind of all the same, but with kind of a clear hierarchy in it at the same time. But again, I don't really know Stronghold that well. I would have to play around with them a lot more to really get to know them. So I think that covers it pretty well. Yeah, I think that's it for now. For balance, at the very least. I still got to record an episode for Monday. Jeez, I've got nothing recorded. What have I been doing? Setting this freaking thing up. It took me, I played this freaking map 5 times and another map another 1 time. So that's like 6 times, and playing these freaking maps takes so much time. That's something they need to fix. The creeping, I don't know why they made the creeps scale up so much. Maybe because they wanted to make the creeping relevant even at the end of the game, but really at the end of the game they are always going to lose doing minimal damage. Why? Because you have a relevant hero. You have a hero that can actually do a lot of stuff, contrary to the beginning. So it gives you so much of an advantage that the creeping is never gonna do anything to you, unless you lose a battle, in which case you're gonna lose anyways because you gave the enemy an advantage, you know? So the creeping really is still useless. It's just really freaking annoying because they are always attacking you. At the end of the game, towards the end of the map, they should like flee all the time. They're never gonna do anything significant. At the beginning of the game, yeah, sure, attack all you want. Your hero is not so strong that it gives you such an advantage that you're gonna auto win. You're actually going to have to do something. A little bit of strategizing. You can't do stupid shit or you're gonna lose troops, and then you're gonna give an advantage to the other guy who creeped better and, you know, had more troops at the end of the day. But once you're past that point, at one point in time, the creeps could be as powerful as they want. they're never gonna do anything because you have a hero that can just literally win battles by himself. That's it for this rant, and that's it for my balance thoughts. Yeah, so the balance patch, it probably balanced the game, but it totally killed everyone's identity more or less to make it pretty much equal everywhere. It's a way to balance things, but personally I think it's boring. I think you should like maybe amplify a little bit the identities of everything, the identities of everybody, and try to balance from there, keeping their identities intact. That would be the fun part. It's probably not possible to do it like today. if I had any clue how to balance, not how to balance, but how to mod right now, I probably still couldn't quite do everything that I'd like to do. Tools need to come out and stuff. I don't know the full story, but yeah. So I'm not saying, hey, do this now because we need it now, because I'm well aware you can't quite do it, but this is my ideal world balance. I mean, there are other stuff I would probably add or change the game, like the creeping and other stuff I would probably change. It doesn't count that in. I'm just talking about balance. So if you agree or disagree, feel free, please, in fact, comment in the comments on YouTube or in the thread I'm going to be linking this to in the Heroes community forum. Do check that out if you like this game or any Heroes game. I don't know why you're not there yet. Just go there and subscribe and post or anything. Discuss the game that you love so much, or hate. I don't know, maybe you hate this game. Maybe you hate Heroes 6 and you need to vent it out and maybe say what needs to change to make it a good game. That's also the place to go. Well, try not to be ragey and more like constructive. This would be better if this was there, you know. But yeah, so if you agree, cool. You could just like the video or comment to say, yeah, this is awesome, I agree with you. Or if you don't agree, or please like tell me why. Like, I have ideas. I'm not saying they are the best ideas. Maybe you have other ideas, but at least on the principle, I'm pretty sure I have a good principle. I mean, on the identity of everything. If you could make it work, I don't know exactly how to make everything work. I'm throwing ideas out there on that, but at least on the idea of the personality of each faction, I'm pretty sure it would be really cool to have it work that way. If only it worked, if only it was balanced. We need to find a way to do that. I'm throwing ideas. You may have other ideas, please throw them in too. That's how you progress. That's how you progress in life. You have your own idea and then you just build something. That's how it's gonna be built too. Like the community patch, it's how it's gonna be built. Like everybody like work on it, throw ideas out there, and then you discuss the ideas, and then some modder somewhere is gonna take the ideas that he liked best and put them in the mod, and then everybody's gonna love it or not, depending on if you like the idea or not. So I'm throwing my ideas out there. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, probably in my let's play of this game that's gonna continue Monday, if if I can find time to record it and like edit it and render it and then upload it, because I need to do all that for this video too. It's kind of long video too. Did not expect to talk so much, but I guess I had a lot to say. Okay, see y'all for reals now. I'm stopping this recording now.